Originally, our plan was to have a big, huge thing and a reception, but of course, circumstances changed our plans. I'm using my cards today, which I don't normally do, but I will go on and on and on because I could talk about Alexis and this playground and all of you that helped make this possible forever. And I don't want to miss anybody either. And I'm going to cry. I'm going to tell you that right off. So just know that's going to happen because Alexis was like another daughter, a granddaughter to me. So just be prepared for my tears, that's all. So good morning, welcome to MDE School. As you all know, I'm Mindy, the director. I want to thank you all for being here and officially opening the Alexis Jarrett Memorial Playground. It has been a long time coming to make this happen. You're all here as you have all helped our playground dream become a reality. We tried to keep this group small, as I just said, due to COVID. So I just want to have a few mentions to make, as not everybody that we wanted to be here are here today. I want to thank our entire board of directors at MDE School who work tirelessly and devote so much time to MDE School and give their guidance and their energy to help me make this school what it is. John Tuskowski, where are you? He's our president of the board. Ben Needle is also here representing the board today. And I'm just going to, you'll hear from Ben a little bit later, but I'm just going to introduce the board. My cards are not there, but that's okay. I know who they all are. Oh, here it is. Okay. Jeff Silver is on our board. Heather Hackett-Hayes, Jasmine Taylor, Jeremy Fort, Art Cohn, Kim Shirk, and Keelan Mitchell. And I want to thank them all. I didn't invite we didn't have them all come today just because of circumstances. Each of the members offers something special to our board. If you want to learn more about them, go to our website and you can see all about who they are. I want to introduce Dr. Stoner Wells Jarrett, Alexis's mom right here, and Tony Jarrett over there. And I want to thank you both for allowing us to share the memory of your sweet daughter with MDE School. Alexis was a student at MDE School since 2011, and she passed away very suddenly 2 years ago in August. Right shortly before her 16th birthday, which Ben was going to DJ at, but I'm going to talk about that in a minute. I have known the family since Alexis was 3. I was her speech pathologist at the first, and then she joined MDE School, and then Michelle ended up taking her over, because I wouldn't hand her to just anybody, so Michelle took her over as her speech therapist then. Alexis will always have a special place in my heart, as her family does as well. Alexis loved being outside, and she loved slides, hence 2 slides. I would be remiss if I didn't give you just a little bit of history, as Alexis's mom's sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha, really started our first playground for us when we moved into this building in 2013. Along with Home Depot, they had a play set for us that Home Depot put. It was like just a regular old little backyard play set. We also didn't have as many students then as we do now. And they helped us make that pavilion, which was absolutely amazing. And from there, they helped with the pavilion and the play set, and then from there, our vision grew. And now we were able to accomplish this playground with the generosity of so many of you here today, including Astona and Tony. Astona, please come up and say a few words.
Good morning. I am Dr. Astona Wells Jarrett, and I am the mother of the beautiful young woman for whom this playground is named. As Mindy mentioned, it was just 5 short years ago that we did our very first playground remodel and refresh and ribbon cutting. It was a glorious spring day. We invited the entire community, the staff, the students, and of course my sorority sisters. It was wonderful. And now I feel like we have become full circle. having the second playground refresh and remodel, and the honor of naming it after sweet Alexis. When we came to this school 9 years ago, I knew that we would have a wonderful educational experience. I did not know that we would gain a family. And MDE, that is what you are. You have been encouraging, open, loving, and accepting of not just Alexis, but of me. This playground is amazing. I am so excited for the students that are going to gain better physical skills, grow and challenge their gross motor skills, and be able to sit quietly on those buddy benches, reflect on their day, and share a laugh. I know that Alexis is shining down on us and asking me, "Mommy, are you happy and proud?" And I am happy and proud. Thank you so much for letting her light and her legacy still stay here at MDE. And if my family could please join me with the presentation. We are excited today to extend this donation so that MDE can continue its legacy of providing an excellent educational opportunity for students with learning disabilities and special needs. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Estona and the family. I know you know how much we appreciate that, and we can't thank you enough for letting us do this in her honor and her memory. And even more importantly, for allowing us to do this in her memory, because I know she is so special to me, and I know you all know that. And her memory will live on here forever at MDE School and always with me as well. Next, I want to introduce Dr. Kay Kirkpatrick. Dr. Kay has served as an orthopedic surgeon in Metro Atlanta for 30 years. She's the former president of Resurgence Orthopedics and a member of the Georgia State Senate representing District 32. Thank you, Dr. Kay and Resurgence Charitable Foundation for the grant that they made possible for this to happen. Come on up and say a few words.
Thank you to my fellow Rotarian, Mindy Elkin, for the opportunity to join you guys today. I wanted to tell you just briefly about the Resurgence Charitable Foundation. Our mission is to promote active lifestyles among people of all ages and abilities. And when Mindy sent us the grant request, this playground exactly fits our mission. And so we are now on somewhere in the high 20s on playgrounds that we have done around Metro Atlanta. And what we typically do is pay for the equipment, and you can't believe how expensive that stuff is. We did not do the surface, and we were just delighted to be able to participate. So I hope that we will be able to continue the relationship, and as things continue to grow and move forward, we'd love to be part of it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kay. We appreciate all that you have done to help make this possible with that grant. Tammy Pelgrim is the president of East Cobb Rotary. I met Tammy through Ben Needle several years ago, and she helped us with our very first nonprofit fundraising event and showed us the way to begin our nonprofit journey. And boy, did I learn a lot and still have a lot more to go. Thanks to the generosity of East Cobb Rotary, we have received grant money, including grants from their Dog Days 5K that raises money to help nonprofit organizations such as MDE School. Tammy, come on up and say a few words.
Wow, it is such an honor to be here today. I can't tell you, when I met Mindy a few years ago, I didn't know what ride I was actually going to be on, right? She is just a bundle of energy and always has a heart and a passion for service. And that's why when I first met her, I thought I have to get her to come be a Rotarian with me. Because Rotarians are all about family, about service, and about our community. And it's bringing those partners together to do the best that we can do in our community. Dr. Kirkpatrick is also one of our Rotarians. We're Rotarian sisters together, and we do great things. It was an honor this past year to use grant dollars to actually help pay for the swing, because we wanted to make sure that this was a safe environment for these children to have work, play, and have some fun. So thank you guys all for your support. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tammy. So many organizations and individuals sponsored our Gatsby Affair Gala that helped us make this playground possible with a fund-a-need that we did that year, including Ross Cabot right here, who did a video for that event and was shown during that fund-a-need and before the fund-a-need. Ed and Foyle's Automotive Group also was a sponsor of that event, and Cobb Community Foundation are just to name a few. And without them, we would not have raised the money that we did that evening. I must give a shout out and a huge thank you to Lynn Wigington over here. She spent many, and I mean many hours with me, helping me design the playground. I met Lynn through Leadership Cobb 19, and that's Ross, Lynn, and myself were all part of that class. And she had the expertise. I knew what I wanted. And so she helped me design this playground after many meetings. And I cannot thank her enough. I also want to thank her husband, Frank, who couldn't be here today, because he did the landscaping and the grading. And I cannot tell you the issues that we had finding somebody to do that. It was like the biggest hurdle of the whole thing. And then Frank came to our rescue. He stepped up with his team, and they really, as you could see, did an amazing job. And please thank him for us when you see him later. Reed Riggle is also from our Leadership Cobb class, and his team, with Brassfield and Gorey, redid our pavilion and added the ramp and the benches so it is now inclusive for all of our students. Took away the steps, added the ramp, and now everybody gets to enjoy it no matter what. Wheelchairs, walkers, it doesn't matter. So we can't thank them enough for helping us do that as well. Michelle Goss, she's going to yell at me for bringing her up, but she really helped pull this together today, and I can't thank you enough for what you do. She is our Director of Marketing and Fundraising, and thank you, thank you, thank you. Rachel Polis over there had that position for 2 years prior to Michelle, and actually was the person responsible for the fundraising during that time to get this playground together. So Rachel, we really appreciate all your hard work to get this done. It couldn't have happened without you either. And of course, a huge thank you to our staff. Before I do that, I also want to thank Anita Newby, who writes a lot of our grants for us. And without her grant writing, none of this would have happened either. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And of course, a huge thank you to our staff and our teachers who supervise our students inside the building and outside on the playground. You guys are amazing, and none of this would happen if it wasn't for you guys. So when you go inside, please make sure you tell everybody who's not out here thank you from the bottom of my heart. Danielle, where are you? Hiding somewhere? There she is. My right hand, my left hand, my everything person. To calm me down, to take a breath, whatever I need. There she is right there. Thank you, Danielle, for everything you do, not just for MDE school, but for me as well. Now, Ben Needle, please come up and say a few words on behalf of the MDE board. I do need to let you all know that we mentioned before, Ben, also known as DJ Neasy, did many functions for MDE school, including some of our dances. Alexis's favorite thing to do was music and dance. And she and Ben would dance up a storm at all of the dances. If you look at videos and pictures, there's Alexis dancing with Ben. So Ben, on behalf of the board, please come and say a few words.
Thank you. Test. I haven't used one of these in a while. So I think that maybe Mindy asked me to speak, one, because I'm on the board, and two, she wanted to make sure that at least one other person cried. I'm sorry, Michelle, in advance, my wife over there. That's my mother-in-law, in case you didn't know. So I've been involved with MDE since it opened. Since before there was a board. I married into it before it was even around. And to see where it was and where we've come to it's amazing. Then we start this board. I'm on the board, and we start to grow, and we had no idea what we were doing, but now we can pretty much see what we're doing. Mindy talked a lot about what it costs to build this place. And when we talk about something that's a labor of love, that's what we're talking about here. Because whatever it cost, whatever we paid to make sure that this was possible, it's at least 3 times that. People came in out of love, and they said, well, this is probably what it costs, and this is what we're going to do it for. Time and time again. The hours people spent planning it, replanning it, and then we get this. And my question was always, when is it going to start? When is it going to start? What we thought it would cost was so much more than it actually cost. Or so much less than it actually cost. But people stepped up continually, time and time again. It's called the Alexis Jarrett Memorial Garden. Memories are only as good as how you let them live. And the energy that is in this place carries with it that energy that Alexis had. The laughter, the joy, sitting there on a bench together. It's going to continue to be something that is amazing for our school and for our families that come here. And may we see a day where they can all be here with it. One other just point of interesting information about the energy that is here. So you can hear a hawk in the tree up behind me. Next to that tree, a week ago, was another tree. And where we're standing now could have not been here. But this past weekend, right where that glorious van is, a tree fell. And had that tree gone a different way, we would have had to reschedule. But the energy and the spirit that is here is protecting this place and setting up amazing memories that we can make for these kids. I would say find a way to be involved in the school if you're not already. The organizations that Mindy talked about, their heart is always in the right place, in the right direction. If one of them sounded good to you, join one of those to continue creating spaces like we have here today. So as a board member, I'm honored to speak. We'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Wow. So he made me cry all over again. Ben, thank you. And again, thank you to the board who do amazing things for us. Want to just get a scope a little bit about the tree Ben's talking about. That log over there came from that tree that fell. That was the width of it. And it took over the entire carpool lane, the entire parking lot where you couldn't even turn over there, up the steps, damaged our railing. I happened to come Sunday to do some work and bring some things over, as did Michelle and Ben, because Ben was putting together something for their clinic. And I pulled in and I went, oh my God. Thank God it was not during school. No kids were out, no carpool was going on, and no cars were parked there, because when I tell you what it looked like, it was incredible, amazing. And I texted the management company Sunday. And I said, Jennifer, I hate to bother you on a Sunday, and we left around 4 o'clock. The tree was still here. I'm like, well, it's a Sunday. So we sent emails out to parents. Carpool has to change. I mean, we did all of what we needed to do for safety. I pulled in Monday morning. The tree was gone. I was floored. They took care of it immediately for safety for our children. So these people here are incredible people. Took down a tree. Lynn really worked hard to get them to take down that tree so we could expand the playground, and they did it for us. So they're not here, but I really have a huge thank you to our landlords and our management from these buildings. Before we cut the ribbons, I just want to share a few reasons why, and Stoner brought up some of them, why a playground is so important for all children. It creates an opportunity to bring out the best in each child. It reduces stress, anxiety, and it improves mood. We all know that. We all feel better when we're outdoors as well. And that's huge for our kids. Sorry, I just don't want to forget anything. Sensory play helps the children learn how their bodies work and how to process and interpret the world around them. We designed the playground to foster friendships, improve social skills, and self-esteem. That garden over there is our sensory garden, and Autism Speaks of Georgia gave us a grant money to put that together, and it will grow in the springtime when we can find more plants to do so. Janet Williams was supposed to speak on behalf of Autism Speaks, but she could not be here today. So I just want to thank them as well for their generosity. They constantly support us, as do all the other organizations I've mentioned. And that garden will continue to grow. We kept the kids out of it just for a little bit, but it's going to be no holds barred when we're done here today, and they're going to enjoy it. And in the springtime, we're going to ask for more grant money to get things for the children to help take care of that garden. We want gloves, and we want knee pads, and we want shovels, and we want all kinds of things, and they're going to plant more things, and they're going to take care of it as part of our life skills program. So there's so many things that goes into that garden. So we're going to be growing it, and our children will be helping us do so. We used to have a garden that they took care of, and Alexis, planting was her thing. And she and Donna would be out here, and if she could just get a little piece of the mint or a little piece of the rosemary and then smell it, she was so happy. So we are going to continue with that garden. And continue to foster self-esteem and friendships among our children. There are so many more reasons, as Estona mentioned, some gross motor, fine motor. Debbie comes out here with some of the kids on the playground for PT, and this playground provides so much for our kids. But I do want to get to the ribbon cutting. I promise to be brief, so I'm going to stop there. Thank you again for being here and helping us remember Alexis Jarrett and making her dream and our dream and the family's dream come true with this playground. You have no idea what it means to all of us and to our kids. So, without further ado, let's do the ribbon cutting. And again, thank you from the bottom of my heart, each and every one of you that are here today.
Okay, we're going to count down from 5. I need everyone to help me count. Here we go.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Cut that ribbon! Congratulations, the playground's open!
I feel like she's right spirited, and I think that the spirit of her is flying through and letting us share the friendship that we have, the friendship that we had through our hearts, just to say how we felt. So,
You good?
very nice, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie.
Tessa was Alexis's very, very best friend. And we have a locker upstairs that's decorated in pink that had Alexis's name on it, and still does. But now we've grown so much that we needed to have a child use that locker, so Tessa now uses that locker for her. And it's always, Tessa is always her best friend.
Thank